Welcome back, guys, for another review. Today we're going to take a look at the 1982 G.I. Joe Heavy Machine Gunner Rock and Roll. So it's going to give you guys a brief overview to start off with. Spin them 360. Get a good look at all sides. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start by coming in on the head sculpt, and this is a head sculpt that had been used for 3 figures in the 82 line: Rock and Roll, Breaker, and Clutch. Each one of them getting a different paint app. Rock and Roll with the blonde hair, Breaker with the brown, and Clutch with the black. Going down, he comes with a very unique chest piece, only to Rock and Roll, which is the cross bandolier of ammo into some standard green army trousers. You'll notice on his waist he's got the H symbol for his belt buckle, which was a Easter egg from Hasbro. That would change for the 83 figures. You'll do notice that his pockets are painted gold, just like his ammo belts. And then into some standard brown army combat boots. So Rock and Roll only got a couple of accessories, one being his helmet, which does match. That's on there pretty tight. Oop. So the helmet does match the color of his uniform. It's that darker green. Other helmets would match the G.I. Joes typically. For instance, GRUNT helmet would match, and you can see there is a color difference. He also came with this, what looks like an M60 machine gun, but it's more like a modified MG. Very large gun, and it came with this bipod. If you're looking for one on the aftermarket, 9 times out of 10 this part is missing. So keep an eye out for that if you want a complete figure. It's a really nicely detailed gun. They did a great job with that. So we'll just take a look briefly at 1982 G.I. Joe Articulation. And for that, the head would swivel side to side. The arms could rotate all the way around and out, and you got a single bend at the elbow. It was held together with a rubber O-ring, so you could pivot him side to side, forward and back. Legs could go forward, back, out, and the knee could bend at about 90 degrees. In 1983, they added a new point of articulation. Demonstrate here with GRUNT, since I don't have a 1983 Rock and Roll. You'll notice this is when they added swivel arm battle grip, and this would swivel so you can get a 2-handed grip on your gun, something that Rock and Roll definitely would have benefited from. So it might be a good idea for me at some point to pick up a 1983 version. Okay, and here's a look at Rock and Roll's file card. You can feel free to pause and read that. I don't have his original file card. This is a reproduction file card from the Gentle Giant 12-inch 1/6 scale jumbo figures, but it is an exact replica of the file card used in 1982. In case you're wondering what that is a 12-inch jumbo version of the 1982 rock and roll. And if you're wondering how that compares to an actual vintage figure, well, there it is. Basically, the vintage figures come up to just over their knees. And these are gorgeous figures. These Gentle Giant reproductions. You can see they use those really high quality plastics. And they've done an excellent job perfectly recreating these figures. Very high quality. So something you vintage G.I. Joe collectors may be interested in. It is what sparked me back into collecting vintage G.I. Joe. Okay, so that's it. That's a conclusion to my review of the 1982 rock and roll. Really enjoyed this figure, and on a special note, this was my very first G.I. Joe action figure that I ever received back in 1982 when the line launched. Funny enough, rock and roll was the first 12-inch jumbo version I received, and the first one out from the line as well. So really awesome having these figures and taking a trip back down memory lane. These figures remind me why I started my passion for action figures and G.I. Joe, and it's just really great to have both the vintage and the reproduction jumbos in the collection. I've been really enjoying the vintage figures. Once again, collecting them has been a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review, and as always, thanks for watching, subscribing, and commenting. Till next time, guys.